Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back again with the very best mortar bait deck in the game right now. You need to run bar barrel because there are so many magic archers, and you need to save your fireball for royal hogs if you're running against a royal hogs magic archer deck. Also, if you don't have bar barrel, you're just gonna straight up lose the 2.9 expo, which is one of the strongest decks in the game right now. So you can't run zap, you can't run log, you have to run the bar barrel. We got a lot of bait in this deck. We got the goblin gang, the spear goblins, the bats, and the rascals. So let's go jump straight into some games and let's assert some dominance with this bait deck. Spear goblins off to the side to get that extra damage. Always drop it there, opposed to dropping it down the middle. And he's going to end up having Royal Ghost, but Royal Ghost is not going to be so hot whenever we end up having Rascals. That's going to be really bad for us when he drops it on defense against our Rascals and he's able to hit the girl Rascals. But when he's on offense with it, it's never going to be able to touch that. So let's go in for a miner here. He's probably going to drop Electro Wizard. Ooh, he's going to end up going for a Magic Archer as well. Alright, so he spent a ton of Elixir on us. Going to end up going for Spear Goblins here. Make sure that we're going to be able to kill that Electro Wizard as soon as possible. And we should be able to get some chip damage since he didn't touch the last remaining Spear Goblin. Let's go, man. One little Steven hit. Feels good. So he's 100% going to have P.E.K.K.A here with Magic Archer. We're just going to fireball the Magic Archer every single time. He's going to have Fisherman, and he's going to end up having Poison. So in this situation, I definitely just want to end up going for a Goblin Gang here. I don't want to spend too much Elixir. I don't want to give him too much Poison value. He's going to end up having Snowball instead of what I was anticipating. But man, a little bit wild, aren't you? So let's go in for Rascals. I thought he was going to end up having something different. Thought he was going to end up having Zap. But he's a little bit crazy running the unprecedented deck with Snowball. Usually always have Zap. Anyway, he's going to have Ram Rider. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense now. I was like, why does he end up having that? But when you have Ram Rider, you want to push things out of the way, so then you're able to get the snare, and the Snowball just combines perfectly with that. So makes a lot more sense. So the Fisherman will end up dying to the Spear Goblins. I don't have to do anything. It doesn't actually touch the last Spear Goblin, so we should get some damage here. Let's go, man. Alright, so he's only going to end up having Snowball and Poison as his spells. Royal Ghost is really obnoxious, though. Thankfully, he's never really had a good card cycle against us, so he's always had to cycle it early on. It's pretty ideal for me. He's going to go for a Bar Barrel here, so then we're able to kill it. End up going for Goblin Gang in the back. Royal Ghost is going to be able to get one hit on the tower. Oh, we actually got two, interestingly enough. Let's go in for a Defensive Mortar. And then we want to end up going for a Fireball immediately on top of Electro Wizard as well, please. Hey, give it to Daddy, man. That was awesome. I'm going for a Spear Goblin so then the P.E.K.K.A doesn't get a hit on our tower. Even if he goes in for a Snowball, it doesn't matter. He's not able to hit the bats plus the Spear Goblin, so really good for me. We got double Mortar on the map, so let's take advantage of it. Heck, I could even go for a Fireball, and I'm able to kill Electro, so that's really nice for me as well. Mortar should be able to lock onto the tower because it doesn't see the Royal Ghost. And I can Bar Barrel on top of the Magic Archer, so it's not too big of a gripe or an issue here. Okay, since I don't end up having Snowball, that is going to be a pain in the butt for sure. But we will be able to kill that. We still will be able to kill the Magic Archer, even after the Ram Rider connects, and we're going to go for a Fireball on top of his Electro Wizard. Oh, let's go. Yep, knew he had it in cycle. That was the only card that he had. He had to drop it because if you think about it, when you're running a deck like this and you don't have Zap, that's the only way that you can reset it. I'm going to go in for a Mortar, and then the Ram Rider is going to get too close, and then it jumps onto the tower, so we win the game. Yeah, he's just like, I don't even have anything. I don't even know what to do. GG, well played, peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. Whenever your opponent drops like a defensive spell like that and just desperation, like, it definitely wasn't desperation. It was more so out of hatred playing against Mortar and having that connect to his tower. He was pissed. Rightfully so. I hate playing against Mortar and losing to it too. So we got a game against Lord Zeng. We've played him like a million times right now. I feel like he always changes his name or has a different account too. I'm going to sauce out a good luck here, and he's going to end up having P.E.K.K.A. Let's destroy him. Let's destroy P.E.K.K.A's today, man. No P.E.K.K.A's allowed to beat me here. Let's go in for Spear Goblins off to the side. And I want to end up going in for Bats, maybe. If he drops a Zap. Yeah, 100% worth it. Because then he might go for Electro. He's going to Electro, yep. Should be able to kill Electro Wizard. And then since he has Royal Ghost, he's not going to be able to drop anything else. I don't think he's back to Royal Ghost in cycle, right? Takes 4 cards to get back, and you're not back to it. So you're going to have to P.E.K.K.A, yeah. Oh my gosh, what a bad hand he was in, man. That's tragic. So he's going to try to make a huge counter push here. We'll see if he goes in for a Battle Ram or not. If he does, we'll go in for a Mortar and Spear Goblins. Otherwise, we'll just go for Rascals. He's going to go for Fisherman. Ooh, he's going to try to yoink me. Let's go for Bar Barrel on top of the Magic Archer because we have to, not because I want to. Oh man, Magic Archer's staying alive because of the Fish Boy. Okay, that was actually really bad for me. We have to go for Miner on defense. I'm dropping it off to the side so then the Royal Ghost doesn't get on top of our tower, and Fisherman is going to end up dying, and same with the Magic Archer. So we get out of that situation relatively well, but yeah, that could have been way, way worse, man. That's kind of scary. Miner's going to be able to get one hit on the tower still, so that's nice. It's nice to see that we still get the chip damage with the Miner. He's going to end up having a Royal Ghost, so let's go in for Spear Goblins and expedite his push. Make him drop a Royal Ghost here, please. Oh man, he's not going to. This is a little bit annoying. I think I have to just set up and load up on defense with a defensive mortar and get ready. My body is going to be prepared for this Magic Archer push that you're about to throw down, man. So we need to fireball the Magic Archer immediately. We want to end up going in for Goblin Gang so then we can go pull. We want to end up going in for Rascals now because we were able to separate everything. We want to go for Spear Goblin, so maybe we're able to defend this Fisherman adequately. Okay, that was probably the best defense I could have ever hoped for. Then we're going to end up going for a Mortar since we end up having Rascals still alive. Let's go in for a Fireball here. We might be able to hit the Royal Ghost too. Let's go, PogChamp. We hit it. And the Mortar might lock onto the tower as well instead of the Royal Ghost. Not quite. All right, well, it will now because the P.E.K.K.A is going to get too close. I think that was worthwhile. Definitely a worthwhile transaction. And now he's going to end up going in for Electro Wizard and reset it. Okay, all right, I see you. So we want to end up going for Goblin Gang here. I probably want to Fireball everything. And Miner on defense because you're probably going to go try to get a Magic Archer chip. We have to get ready and poised to drop Spear Goblins. Just going for a Mortar aggressively. So then he can't Magic Archer this. I drop it in the middle. He would be able to Magic Archer. Gonna do it still. Let's go for Spear Goblins. Let's get... I can't. It's not going to extend that far. So we just have to Fireball. Just go in for a Goblin Gang here, and then go for a very high Mortar, because he's probably going to end up going for a spell. I just want to make sure that it dies. We have to go in for Bats to finish everything off. Mortar gets a connection. Feels great, man. Let's go in for a Miner. Make him zap this. Instead of dropping a P.E.K.K.A right now, you have to zap. Ooh, are you going to zap now, or are you going to eat a lot of damage? Buddy, you have to deal with that. My man. So we're going to end up going in for a Fireball and just playing super uber aggressive now to win this game. I don't want to go in for a Mortar because it slows down my potential of getting another Fireball on the tower. I'd rather just go in for a Miner. If he catches it, then I would Fireball him out. GG, well played, and peace out. This deck utterly demolishes P.E.K.K.A. Let's go, man. We're wrecking P.E.K.K.A decks left and right with it, and that guy's a really good player. He's constantly in the top 200. Let's go in for Spear Goblins. We'll see what's up. This guy's going to end up having an Ice Golem, so it's probably going to be like 2.9 or 2.6. Could also be something different, but that's what I'm accustomed to seeing after we see an Ice Golem. He's going to end up having a Musketeer, so it's going to be 2.6 probably. Could also end up being like a Balloon Cycle deck, so I'm not going to put that past him. He's got Barb Barrel, so it's probably going to be that. Let's just go in for a Goblin Gang in the back, and then Barb Barrel on top of his Musketeer. That's what our best bet on defending this will be. So the Muskie will end up dying, and I don't think that I want to Miner this because the Goblin will go in front. If the Goblin treaded behind the Barbarian, it would have been worthwhile. We're going to go for Bats on defense. It's 100% going to be a Balloon, so against Balloon, you want to save your Mortar on defense. I want to be saving my Mortar on defense and posturing in the middle. So we can just Fireball this, and we can knock it away so then the Bats are able to get more value. He's going to go and drop anything anyway. He's going to go drop an Ice Golem. He might Balloon here. We'll have to wait and see. Yep, there it is. I'm going to go for a Spear Goblin so then we can go and kill the Musketeer. And he's going to go in for a Snowball, but we can just go Bats and then we can go in for a Miner. Yo, the Mortar was dead and it got a shot off. Did you guys see that? That was nutty. Holy crap, dude. That's really cool. But my biggest tip with Mortar is just saving your Mortar on defense against Balloon. You can't drop it. If you drop it on offense and then they Snowball, or they end up having Fireball for your Rascals and Snowball or Zap your Bats, you're in a really bad spot, man. So he's going to go for Barb Barrel, but it's not going to extend far enough to even hit the Rascals, so it feels bad, man. I feel like Barb Barrel was neutered and then neutered until it just, there was no more. So what's going to happen, man? There's absolutely no more power. The only reason that I have it in this deck is just so I don't lose the 2.9. You kind of need it. If you have like Log or Zap, you have no way of damaging the Expo. It just has too much HP. So that's the reason why we have it in the deck, by the way. If you guys were wondering. It is a bad card, but I need it. Sometimes you need bad things, guys. We're going to end up going in for... Wow, that was really unfortunate. I have to Fireball this. I was going to say I was going to be able to drop a Defensive Mortar, but I guess my Bats pushed it a little bit further to the right-hand side. Those are really bad Bats. That Mortar placement always pulls, by the way, unless you mess up and you push it with your Bats. Feels bad, man. We're going to go in for Bats again on defense. But this time we should be fine. We're going to end up being able to drop a defensive mortar and pull a balloon. The balloon needs a hit plus musketeer damage or a snowball on top of the mortar to kill it. And since we end up having spear goblins, I think we should be able to kill the balloon. Yeah, no worries, no gripes. And then we can go bats on offense. So we still have rascals, and he's going in for a bar barrel. I think that the bat might end up connecting, and that would be really bad for him. Heck, I could even go in for a fireball here when he ends up clumping up a lot of units. Let's go in for rascals in a spot that, yeah, he's going to end up going in for this balloon, and I don't want to have anything targeting the mortar. I want to make sure that he has to drop like a snowball, and if he does, then we should be able to just go and kill the balloon, go in for a miner here, and walk away with a pretty clean W. Yeah, and he's just going to play this really well by going in for bar barrels when we don't have rascals. It's just going to be dropping it on the goblin gang. He knows exactly what to do. He's not messing around too much anymore. Let's go in for a bar barrel on top of the muskie because we got to kill that. He's going to end up going for a miner, so let's go in for a goblin gang. Really well played. He completely juked me out there, man. But as you guys see, we have to go in for spear goblins and we have to go in for miners to get damage. Like, we can't go in for mortars. He's playing this so well. He's catching my miner every single time. This is a really good player, by the way. I'm kind of impressed by him. I think I have to fireball this. And then, because we pushed it, we have to go in for a mortar. It also doesn't give him death damage, so that's ideal. We're going to go in for a barbarian barrel just to go and kill the miner. And then we're going to go for a miner in front of the tower because he's probably not going to guess it. Yeah, he's going to go miner in the back because he expected the back miner every single time now. So we've been doing that a lot. So we can go for a fireball here. I need to be able to hit this. And then we also need to end up going for a mortar, but I need to drop it like up higher so we can just not get death damage on us. That's not going to get any connection onto his tower. I just need to play it on defense. We had to. Alright, so he's going to end up going for a miner soon. We have to go bar barrel. We have to cycle back viciously to a mortar. Otherwise we're going to lose. So let's make that happen pronto. He thought that we wouldn't get back to the mortar, but we did, so we're chilling. He might get death damage, but it's still not too bad for us. Go and switch up our miner placement part 2. We can go in for a fireball, but I don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to actually. Let's mess up. Let's mess around with him. Let's not mess up. Let's make sure that we mess up his tower, though. Just go in for a mortar and then fireball him out. So he played this exceptionally well, especially when he kept guessing my miners. This is a really good player, and I'm glad to win it. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. It was a pleasure playing against you. It was a hard-fought battle, that one. Let's go in for bats in the back against Quintana, and we'll see what he does. Kind of want to end up going for spear goblins with miner here. I think that's going to be our best bet. If he doesn't respond to that, then he's going to be a bad spot. He's going to have fisherman, and he's going to have royal ghost. So it's going to be another fisherman P.E.K.K.A deck. So royal ghost is going to be different, though. It's going to be a little bit more difficult on defense. If we don't have rascals in cycle, it's going to get a lot of value on us if we're not able to properly surround with a goblin gang. If he zaps it or kills our bats or spear goblins too quickly, we're going to have some problems. He's going to end up having ram rider, so let's just go in for a mortar so then we're able to pull that. And we also want to end up going for... Oh, man, I thought he was going to hit it. I was like, goblin gang, and then I held my breath. I was like, oh, no, not today, sir. We're going to get a juicy fireball on top of the magic archer before it gets hit on our mortar. And we get even more Kobe shots on the tower. He's going to go fisherman us, and I want to go just for spear goblins here. It's going to be our best way of killing the fisherman. Fisherman does end up... Oh, wait. I need to drop a miner. Is that going to hit the tower still? Because the fisherman was in the middle and the tower wasn't hitting it, so I need to drop a lot more elixir than I intended to originally. That was a little bit scary, man. He was in no man's land, but no man's land was good for the fisherman there. He might magic archer because I'm just going to drop a bar barrel in the middle. In that event, I would go goblin gang because it would be still targeting the barbarian for a while. Oh, man. I have to go for a fireball if he magic archers. Okay, thankfully he doesn't. Is he going to magic archer? He doesn't do it. Okay, we're going to go goblin gang now. You always have to be hovering, even though magic archer is going to get damage on top of your mortar and it's a bad interaction fireballing it. You have to just cut your losses and be like, hey, I'm not going to get counter push here. I just have to limit the amount of damage that I got on my tower. So fireballing is the play that you have to do in a lot of situations. I end up going for rascals in the back, just not even having luxury of splitting them because P.E.K.K.A is coming at us with full force, guns blazing. We have to fireball that immediately, and then we also have to go in for a goblin gang. Wow, what a juicy fireball, man. My fireballs have been on point against P.E.K.K.A. Should be able to disperse and separate the Royal Ghost from the P.E.K.K.A, and then the bait units are going to be safe and sound against Big Mama Bear. Here I went in for a snowball, so let's go in for a miner here. with our Spear Goblins, and we're going to be able to walk away with a fat W if we get a juicy Fireball on top of this Magic Archer. That's going to take tower for sure. 27 seconds remaining. Magic Archer's out of cycle, so Bridge Spam is going to just be completely flaccid right now. We can even go in for a Goblin Gang here, and then Barb Barrel again to make sure that we make sure that the Royal Ghost is not targeting what it needs to. Heck, we can even go in for Rascals, because that's all the Royal Ghost is going to be able to see today, man. It's going to have Nightmares. Even though it's a ghost, it's going to have Nightmares. We've decided that. Rascals. That's all it's going to see is the big thick boy with his popsicle ice cream stick, man. She well played and peace out. I think that Mortar has just like a really good matchup against P.E.K.K.A in most situations because you can just fireball the Magic Archer. And Fisherman doesn't do so well against bait units, especially P.E.K.K.A when they don't end up having like Bandit and all the bridge spam. They remove some of the bridge spam, they remove minions, they remove Zap, and they put in Snowball instead, and they can't break through you, ever. We're gonna go kick it off with Spear Goblins right out of the side, and we'll see what he does. He's got Zap. He hates zapping Spear Goblins. Really bad for him to do that, because then he probably doesn't have a spell for the Goblin Gang. Great for us. So he's gonna have Magic Archer, he's gonna have P.E.K.K.A, but the Zap is out of cycle, and Electro's out of cycle, so we're gonna have one Bat surviving, and then the Miner should be able to get some damage with this. Oh, wow. You're going to end up having minions as well. I totally didn't expect minions because you got Magic Archers, so it just doesn't really make that much sense. We go for a Fireball. And then we're going to end up going for Spear Goblins because I think that the Spear Goblins will be able to defend it pretty okay. Could have also let that entire thing connect and then Fireball as well, but I didn't want the minions to get hits because I thought that they were pretty close to my tower. It's okay, though. What are you going to do, my man? So you end up having P.E.K.K.A with Magic Archer. So I'm going to go and apply some aggression with the Goblin Gang. You ended up using your Zaps. So you're probably going to go for an Electro or Magic Archer there. And I want to kill that Magic Archer and get some counter push. That would be ideal for me. I'm going to split my Rascal so you don't get poison value. I'm going to end up going for a Barbarian Barrel right on top of the very pesky Magic Archer so it dies. It's not even getting any chip damage on our tower. Let's go in for a Miner. With that one girl Rascal, we're not going to go in for the Bats because he's probably going to go for an Electro anyway on it. I think he has to. Or he's just going to eat a lot of damage. Wow, he just ate a ton. That's great for me. I might Electro on offense here. He already uses Zap, right? Is he back to it? We'll find out. I need to end up going for a Mortar to go and pull everything, and then I could Fireball as soon as that connects. Because we're going to be able to hit the Fisherman as well. That's a really good Fireball for us. So I think the P.E.K.K.A is going to die without any damage on our tower, so I don't have to spend any extra. He doesn't end up having Bandit since he has Fisherman, right? With minions. I don't think he has Bandit. I think he took out Bandit. We're going to end up going for a Goblin Gang here. Try to get some value. Bait out a Zap. Always good to see. We're going to go and split our Rascals. And I'm going to go for a Barb Barrel on top of a Magic Archer. That's how we're going to kill it. It's going to go for a Fisherman. The Fish Boy should end up dying. I hope so, at least. Alright. He ended up dropping his Electro, so we should be able to accommodate this with a Fireball on top of the minions. And the Magic Archer! Oh my gosh! That was a PogChamp Fireball. That was the best Fireball I've hit all day, man. 2 amazing Fireballs today. That one wasn't even intended, by the way. The first one totally was. So we'll just take that one as like a 300 IQ prediction. Kappa. That was just pure luck, by the way. Alright, so we need to end up going in for Spear Goblins here, and then we're also going to end up going in for a Miner. I'm going to go in for another Fireball to get some more chip damage. So minions don't really matter to me. I need to focus up on a defense here for sure. Let's go in for a shallower Mortar, because I need to be able to pull that. As long as we end up killing the Magic Archer, we're fine. So let's go in for Rascals here. Make sure... Oh, the Fisherman is going to go yoink on my tower. Yikes, bro. Yikes, Reno. That was not good. I have to go in for a Miner because we have all this counter push coming through. It's going to be able to give us a lot of value, even if he goes in for an Electro. Doesn't matter. Oh, I thought he would Electro on top of the Miner for sure, but he didn't. Ended up getting a Battle Ram to go squish its way through. We'll have Spear Goblins. That will be more than enough if we just go in for a Barbarian Barrel. And then we can end up going in for like a Magic Archer counter of Miner plus Fireball on top of the tower. Awesome. GG, well played. Because he has to drop Electro on top of that to stop it. And if the Fireball comes down, he can't drop Electro, right? GG, well played, and peace out, brother. Pleasure playing against you.